Good morning, my name is Engineer Piyush Pandey. Welcome to today's session of Motivational Skills, and the topic for today's discussion is effective listening skills. Ladies and gentlemen, there are two statements that sound similar, but they are entirely different from each other. One is listening and another one is hearing. Now, what is the difference between hearing and listening? Hearing is a physical process wherein sound waves travel to your ears and your eardrums vibrate. This is pure hearing. This is pure hearing. Now, what is listening? Listening is hearing with concentration. Now, you are hearing, but along with that, you are trying to understand that what has been said, what is the main meaning behind saying a particular thing. You try to understand psychologically that what is the importance of the words spoken by the speaker. This is known as listening. So, there is a huge difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is a physical process and listening is absolutely mental and psychological process. Try to understand this difference. There are certain major categories of listening, which are active listening, passive listening, selective listening, and projective listening. Now, what are these different categories? Active listening is you sit in the auditorium with a motive that you have to listen to the speaker and you have to concentrate on his words. That's all. Without any third thought in your mind that why the speaker is saying so, what is the reason behind speaking, or what speaker actually wants to say if he has some different intentions. You never try to concentrate on these things. You only focus on listening to the speaker thoroughly with a mindset that whatever the speaker is saying, you have to observe it, you have to understand it, and you have to upgrade your knowledge after listening to the speaker. And such kind of listening is seen in classrooms when students listen thoroughly to their teachers with a motive that they have to upgrade their knowledge by listening thoroughly to their teachers. This is known as active listening. The second category is passive listening. Passive listening is also known as no listening at all, ladies and gentlemen. In case of passive listening, you absolutely do not concentrate on what the speaker is saying and you are engrossed in your own activities. You absolutely ignore the speaker during passive listening. And it happens when you have been forced to sit in front of the speaker by higher authorities, but you are not willing to listen to that particular speaker. Now, if you are not listening to a speaker, it is a kind of disrespect shown towards the speaker. That's why passive listening is a disrespect shown towards the speaker, and you should never do it. While you are sitting in front of any speaker, you must concentrate on what the person is saying. It will always uplift your knowledge. It will always upgrade your standard, because any kind of knowledge, it never goes waste, ladies and gentlemen. That's why sitting in the auditorium and permanently ignoring the speaker, it is really a bad attitude. That's why we must avoid passive listening at all cost. This is bad. Now, the third category is selective listening. In case of selective listening, we only focus on those things on which we want to focus and ignore the rest other things. Now, speaker is explaining certain points to you. He is explaining his whole speech to you, and while listening to what he is saying, you start concentrating things according to your frame of reference. What you want to concentrate on, you concentrate on it deeply, and what you want to ignore, you openly ignore it. Now, that is again a very bad way of thinking. This is again a very bad way of thinking, a very bad way of listening, ladies and gentlemen. If your thought process is like that, you have to listen to few things what the speaker is saying and you have to ignore rest of the things. It is absolute disrespect shown towards the speaker, ladies and gentlemen. You should never do it. Selective listening is again a very bad form of listening. It never upgrades your knowledge. By following selective listening, you will only have half knowledge, and half knowledge is always a dangerous thing. So whenever a speaker is saying something, sit in the auditorium with a motive that you have to concentrate on everything that he is explaining. You don't have to be selective while listening to him, otherwise it will never upgrade your knowledge. Moreover, it will spoil your reputation in your industry. So please be very conscious about that. Selective listening is a very bad form of listening. Never follow it. And the fourth category is projective listening. Projective listening is said to be the highest form of listening. It is even better than the active listening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what is projective listening? Projective listening is while listening to the speaker, you start making images in your mind related to what the speaker is saying. You try to put yourself in the position of the speaker, and then you try to analyze that what the speaker is saying. You try to position yourself in the frame of a speaker, and then you try to analyze that whether the speaker is saying something good or bad, or whatever the speaker is saying, it is really valid or not. Putting yourself in other person's frame of reference, putting yourself in other person's shoes, and then analyzing thoroughly the situation which the speaker is saying. This is known as projective listening, and this is the highest form of listening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the highest form of listening, even above active listening. So if you are following a kind of projective listening in every kind of situation in life, you are a great listener, you are a thorough professional. In professional life and also in student life, you must follow projective listening. Only by following projective listening, you can understand the things deeply and you can upgrade your knowledge in a better way. That's why projective listening must be followed, ladies and gentlemen. This is the highest form of listening. Now, talking about the barriers to listening, the biggest barrier is noise. Noise is the biggest barrier to any kind of listening, and we all know that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't need to explain. Now, what is the basic definition of noise? Noise is some unwanted sound which disturbs your mind and which degrades the whole process of listening. Noise always degrades the whole process of listening. You are never able to concentrate on what the speaker is saying. Now, if we can categorize noise, noise is again of two types: internal noise and external noise. Now, first of all, I will talk about external noise. External noise is something, the sounds coming from outside, all around you, which hinder the process of listening. While you are listening to something, some outside noise is going on, which stops you from listening properly. And what kind of noises are these? The truck siren, the train siren, vehicles moving around the road, people playing musical instruments around you while you are listening. These are the external sources of listening, external obstructions to the listening, which hinder the process of proper listening. So this is known as external noise. External noise. Now, the second and the crucial category is internal noise. Internal noise is absolutely psychological, ladies and gentlemen. Internal noise is certain thoughts which are running inside your mind and which are hindering the process of proper listening. While you are listening to the speaker, some different thoughts are going on in your mind, and because of those thoughts, you are not able to concentrate purely on the speaker, and this hinders the process of listening. So because of your own internal thoughts, because of your own internal ideas, because of your own internal problems, you are not able to focus on what the speaker is saying, and you are not able to understand fully what the speaker has said. This is known as internal noise, and it is again very bad, ladies and gentlemen. One thing must be kept in mind all the time. Whenever you are inside the auditorium listening to a speaker, come to the auditorium with a mindset that for that period of time, as long as the speaker is saying something, you don't have to think anything else. Stop thinking about all the problems of your life. Stop thinking about all the disturbances that you have in your mind. And while sitting in front of speaker, you must concentrate fully on what the speaker is saying, and you should never think anything else in your mind. Now, to achieve this level is a very difficult task. It's a very difficult task because, ladies and gentlemen, there are many problems that we face in our lives. And The problems are part of our lives. Sometimes we are not able to throw out serious problems from our mind. And that's the reason we are not able to concentrate on what the speaker is saying. Now, what is the criteria of getting rid of this? I must say that you must follow meditation, ladies and gentlemen. Meditation, yoga, and pranayam has helped different individuals to gain the desired level of concentration. Yoga and pranayam and meditation, these are the things that can help you to protect your mind from overburdening. They make you cool, they make you relaxed. That's why if you are having some kind of depression in your mind, if you are having some kind of negative thought in your mind because of which you are not able to concentrate on what the speaker is saying every time, you must follow meditation activities. You must follow some prayer types of activities. You must indulge yourself in some kind of prayer, in some kind of meditation, in some kind of positive things, from where positive vibrations come in your life and they uplift your life. This is very important if you want to get rid of psychological noise, the internal noise, and this is very much required. So that's all I wanted to tell you today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you loved my today's video. Please subscribe my channel, Piyush Pandey, trainer B.Tech MBA, and please press the bell icon for constant updates. Thank you very much. Have a great day.